Nobody teaches you how to grow a small business. My name is Ryan Dossey, and my companies have pulled in tens of millions of dollars. In this video, I'm going to teach you the basics. The first thing that you have to do is you have to have some sort of a website that people can go to online. Now, a lot of folks make the mistake of going through something like Wix and setting up kind of just this here's what we do website. Your website should have a goal that leads to you being able to convert somebody into a customer. So for instance, if I ran an ice cream shop, my website might detail that I import these ingredients from Italy in really beautiful shots, but my main call to action, the main button, the main path that I'm hoping somebody takes is to give me their phone number. Now I might offer them something like, hey, punch in your phone number for free ice cream on your birthday, or enter your name and phone number for a free flight of ice cream on us. That could be as simple as somebody comes in and you give them the 5 free spoonfuls of ice cream you were going to give them anyway, but you've got a reason to reach out to that person. If they don't show up, you can then market to them. And if you hit me on a slow day and I'm in town and say, hey, come get some free ice cream, I'm gonna swing in and treat myself. For instance, on my call center website, our main goal is that somebody books a sales call. We call it a demo with a member of our team. That is the action we want them to take because in our experience, people don't just go sign themselves up for a plan. They need more help than that. The second thing that you have to get set up is online local directories and social media profiles. This makes it so that customers can actually find you or find what it is you offer when they're in the mood for it. You've got to set up things like a Facebook, an Instagram, as well as a Google My Business. You might even consider some things like Yellow Pages, Foursquare, some of those other ones. Yelp, I'm a little more like meh on. If you're in food, I think it's a unfortunate necessity. It's just where folks go. But in my experience, if you're not in food, it tends to be where people go just to complain. I've seen tons of real estate companies set up Yelp pages and all of their reviews are just people that are upset that they got a piece of mail. When you're setting up these social media profiles and online directories, it's absolutely key that you use the same name, address, phone number, email, and website across the board. So don't try to use like a Facebook phone number and a Google phone number to kind of know what's coming from where. In order for the internet to recognize this is all kind of one thing, it's just kind of gold standard. Those things have to match across the board. So pick one and stick with it. A pro tip, I'm not a huge fan of like vanity numbers. I don't think they matter in a lot of instances, but at a minimum, I would try to do something with some repeating numbers in it. We don't want your phone number to be like 636-124-3879. Like that's super hard to remember. So if you can get, something that repeats, that feels good. The third thing that you've got to do is actually use that social media. With where we're at in the economy, there's a lot of businesses going under. I can't count the number of times that I've actually gone to check out a restaurant, a coffee shop, or order something from a vendor, only to find out they're no longer in service. So a good way to stay top of mind for folks, as well as let folks know, hey, you're still here, you're doing the thing, is to regularly post on those social media channels. When it comes to social media, I would think about who the content is for and what action you want them to take. A lot of my content online is real estate related, and I had some things go viral in the automotive space. Had a couple of reels crack like 5-7 million. It was cool, nice little dopamine hit, but I didn't make $1 off of that. And if anything, it brought me a ton of followers that weren't really in my niche. One of the things we've done at Ballpoint Marketing is on our boxes, we had a literal tag us on social media, and we would have people just tag us. There was no offer of an incentive or discount, literally just free advertising for us to their audience. I was talking to the pastor of the church that my wife and I attend, and one of the pieces of feedback I gave them was to make really easily digestible pieces of content that congregation members could share. You might have 100 or 500 or 1,000 people present, but effectively your sermon kind of dies there versus if it's something they resonate with, throwing a quick QR code up on a slide saying, hey, if you got value out of today, share it with your friends and let them know. Could literally dramatically amplify the reach and impact of that church without really spending $1. The fourth thing that you have to do is build out some sort of a database or CRM. CRM stands for Customer Relationship Manager. Effectively, it's somewhere that houses all of the phone numbers, names, and emails of anybody that's interacted with your company. I fly paragliders, and one of the locations that I fly at is Torrey Pines in San Diego. It's actually where I learned how to fly. Something that is fascinatingly frustrating to me is they offer tandem flights as kind of a tourist thing. You can go spend a couple $100 and they'll launch you off the cliff, but there's really not any sort of systemized approach to take a tandem flight and try to convert that into a student for the school. If you already have your customer's contact info, it is substantially easier and cheaper to convince them to come back or spend more money with your business than it is to go find somebody new. The cost to acquire a customer is always going to be higher than getting a repeat buy. If I ran something like a jewelry store, sending a piece of mail to somebody that bought a watch from me, letting them know, hey, I've got a matching set of earrings that your significant other might like, is a no-brainer. Make sure you stay around till the end. I'm going to share with you something that I'm personally doing for a local church I believe in. That's something you should absolutely do for your business, and it costs next to nothing. The fifth thing that you should really consider doing is what I call like proximity prospecting. Now, this could be as simple as sending a piece of mail to anybody, within a quarter mile of your location. Could include flyering or even things like going door to door or running social media ads to that exact geographic location. Particularly if you're a brick and mortar location and you need foot traffic, this is kind of a no-brainer. I've seen great businesses kind of tucked between tall buildings struggle to get people in the door because people don't notice it when they're driving past. The sixth thing that I love to do is retargeting. So if somebody engages with you on social media, likes a post, checks you out, or even visits your website, it's possible to then follow those folks around the internet with other content from your business. We do this with our real estate company. So a typical seller that gets a piece of mail from me is going to see 50 to 60 different ads in the first month. They know who we are, what we do, and they're not forgetting about us. Retargeting is a little complex to set up, but realistically, it's pretty dirt cheap to run. For the average business, you're talking like a couple $100. You might consider doing things like behind the scenes, how it's made, or testimonials from other customers. The seventh thing you have to do that's absolutely just a no-brainer in my experience is run exact brand name Google pay-per-click searches. So when you first start a business, if you go try to Google it online, you may or may not come up. It takes a little while for the search engine to realize this is who you are, this is what you do, and to determine that they should push you forward to folks. We can pay Google to put our company first if somebody searches for our brand directly. So I do this, for instance, with my companies or even my name. If somebody's looking for info into me, I want to ensure that my stuff comes up first. One thing that's kind of dirty is once your business gets some traction, competitors will actually run ads to people looking for your business. So if you choose not to do it, other people are just going to try to steal your customers. The eighth thing that you have to do is collect Google reviews. The more online reviews you have, the more likely search engines are to promote you. They see, hey, you do what you say you're doing and people are having a good experience. If I'm Google, my whole goal is to match my users with what it is they're looking for. And if I'm going to push them somewhere for, say, pizza, and one guy's got 3 1-star reviews and somebody else has 400 5-star reviews, who do you think I'm going to put first? The goal of your business should be to earn a review, not get, but earn a review from every single customer that either comes into your business, calls you out for service, or spends money with you. If you're not getting reviews, you need to ask yourself why. Are we even asking for them? Does our service suck, or is there something that we need to improve? The ninth thing that I can't beg you enough to do is, please, for the love of all that's holy, answer your phone when it rings, respond to comments on your ads and content, answer emails in a timely manner. Often as a consumer, I have something that I need to get done or I want to do, and I've got to get up the mental motivation to actually get it done. For instance, I've got a car right now that has a tire with a bubble in it. I know I need to order a new tire, and I have a couple options of where I could go, but I haven't really wanted to deal with it yet. When I finally get annoyed enough to, all right, I need to fix this, I'm going to start calling around, and it's very likely whoever answers the phone first is who's going to get my business. This is especially true with things like home service businesses, real estate agents, investors, and construction companies. If I have a problem and I think you can solve it and you don't pick up the phone, I'm going to move on to the next person who can. This last one is kind of a bonus tip of something that I've done that you guys are free to borrow or steal. For that local church I mentioned that we're involved in, we absolutely love the people there. One of the things that we do is pull a list of people that are new to the area. They've recently purchased a home, and we send them a postcard from the pastor at our church, welcoming them to the neighborhood and encouraging that they come check the church out or call if they have any questions. If you've got a local church that you're involved with that you'd like to support, you can literally email me, ryan@ryandossey.com, and I will personally help you do this. If you run any sort of a small business, getting in front of people that are new to the area and likely have projects they want to get done around town or don't know where to go eat is an absolute no-brainer. It's something you can just do automatically, and these are typically relatively small campaigns. On average in my area, I'm sending out a couple hundred postcards for my church per quarter. I know when I was just starting out in this whole business thing, I made all kinds of dumb mistakes. Pretty much every tip I gave you here is because I did it wrong at first, just kind of bull in a china shopping my way through it. Hopefully you find this helpful and actionable for your small business. If you need help with direct mail, our company at ballpointmarketing.com, we'd love to support you. If you're an investor or a home service company, our company callporter.com, we can help you with your calls. If that doesn't apply to you, hopefully this was actionable. My name is Ryan Dossey. If you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe. We'll talk to you guys next time.